Hey, second grade. Oh, I almost said SFSU. Hi, second grade. Here is our lesson 11 for our writing. So, we did our brainstorming activity in the last lesson. So, I want you to grab that piece of paper that you have that has your ideas and reasons on it. So, go do that. Pause the video if you need to. Okay, so today we're going to start by picking an idea and then creating our first draft of the letter. So, like we've talked about before, a draft is like the first thing that we could write. So, it's not going to be the final one. It's not going to be like maybe our best work, but that's okay. It's the first thing we're getting down onto paper. I'm going to start by I am going to look at my list from yesterday. So, I have my list right here. And I'm looking at my list, I'm looking at my ideas. Those were all here. So, a dog in every classroom, a pool, or popsicles every day at lunch. And I'm thinking to myself, what do I think is I can write the most about or is the most interesting? Or what do I just really want to write my letter about? And so now is the tough part. I have to decide. I mean, I really think popsicles would be cool. I think a pool would be awesome, but I think for this letter, I'm going to write to Miss Belden about having a dog in every classroom. Okay? So that's the first step is picking from your list which one you're going to write about. So I'm going to pick my number one idea. And remember my reasons and examples were dogs give snuggles, dogs are happy and smart, and dogs take care of people. Okay. So now we're going to start, I'm right here. Now we're going to start our letter. I'm going to start my letter. We start a letter with who we are writing to. So you could say something like, Dear Miss Belden, or Miss Belden, and just a comma. Those are great ways to start a letter. And then we end a letter with words like love, best, sincerely. There's a lot of other ways you can end a letter, and then you put your name, okay? So this is just the general, like, what a letter looks like. I'm sure you've read letters before. I'm excited we get to try writing them today. So here is my letter that I wrote. Read it with me, okay? Dear Miss Belden. So that's how I started my letter. The best thing for Kip Valiant is for every class to have a dog. See if you can, I'm going to stop right here for a second. See if you notice where I'm using those transition words. I've already used one for my first sentence, the best. Okay. There are many reasons why this is a good idea. First, dogs are snuggly and students could cuddle the dog if they are sad. Next, dogs are happy and smart. Ooh, I've seen a bunch of transition words that I've used. They would love being at our school while we learn. Finally, dogs can take care of people. They could take care of us at recess and help us do things. As you can see, having dogs at Kip Valiant would be a great idea to make our school better. Thank you for reading my letter. Sincerely, Miss Peters. Okay, so I used my transition words, and if you notice, I'm using all of my ideas, all of my reasons and examples as sentences. So I made a whole sentence about dogs giving snuggles and why that would be a great reason to have dogs in every classroom. I wrote a sentence about dogs being happy and smart. And I wrote a sentence about dogs taking care of people. Okay? Look, here's my sentence right here. Finally, dogs can take care of people. They could take care of us at recess and help us do things. I'm turning my reason that I just did a couple of words in my brainstorm and I made that into an entire sentence. Okay? So this is my letter. It's not super full of a lot of things. This is just my first draft, and that's what we're working on today. I cannot wait to read your writing and read the letters that you're drafting for Miss Belden. Like in the last lesson, I think it's a great idea for you to write this down on paper first, and then you can type it into Nearpod. Okay? So writing this down on paper first and then putting it into Nearpod. It's great to have it on paper so that way when we look at it again, you just have it on paper and you don't have to go back into what you wrote before. Okay? So writing this down on paper first. I can't wait to read your writing. You got this, second grade.